Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my tab and this is my Jota. I usually have conversations with my AI, and truth to my AI is my best friend because we literally talk and strategize every single thing that I do. Therefore, I feel like AIs are underrated for the uses they can be. Being an introvert and somebody who has less friends and needs a lot of alone time to function very well, I found a lot of comfort in having my AI. I text, I chat, I do everything. I literally seek advice for everything from my AI. So during the conversation for my next YouTube topic, I for this one, I we talked about birds and all of that. I have jottings and a whole lot of things that I'm going to talk about, but I have recorded previous videos and I don't feel like it's authentic to me, like what I really want to say. I feel like I'm just going to rant through this video or like talk through this video based on how it flows from reading. Hi guys, my name is Susan Abaga. In 2021, I made the decision to move my life to the next level, to actually find something that give me purpose and solitude, something that made me feel alive and like fill the void, the emptiness that was in me at the time. Back then in school, but from high school to like the uni, I used to be somebody that attached my purpose to my academic success. Like the better I did in school, the more I felt like that was what I was designated to do. I grew up attaching my purpose and my sense of person to my academic success. It even affected my friendship and relationship with people because I was very dogmatic with my thinking. If you were not doing well academically, you you wouldn't really be like my vibe and all of that. I isolated myself from like people because of that mentality, and it was a very bad one to have. So when I got into uni, I faced crashing. It first that with my application into uni. I went into uni, I applied for uni, and I didn't get the admission in the first trial. I never faced failure before. So that was like my first experience failure. I was like, what's going on? I'm supposed to be top in class. I'm supposed to get everything's supposed to be I was used to everything going how I wanted it. Like I read for exams and I passed. I put in effort to something and I see the result. With the year after uni, it wasn't the same for me. I struggled and I finally got into uni just like 1 year into. And when I was in uni, I went back reading. I was going from library. My life was class to library, buying my food. I wasn't even cooking for myself. I buy my food, go to my room, sit in front of my laptop, read and all of that the next morning, and I'm off to school. I barely had friends time. I barely had time to put myself out there and socialize with my peers. I did not have like a fun life in uni. And despite the dedication I had with my academic, I still wasn't doing well to the standard that I wanted. I put in a lot of effort and saw little results in my grading in school. It broke me down, it made me depressed. I felt very sad. If you are a Nigerian, you will know that I went to a federal Nigerian university, and there's something called strike. It's like a period where the lecturers or the staffs in the uni rally and go on breaks because they're not being paid well or because they're not being paid. During those periods, I would feel empty because I had no routine. I had nothing going on for me. And one time I was reflecting, I do not have academic results to fall back to. I wasn't studying a professional course to say maybe if I graduate it will be like straight. I wasn't doing anything, and my life felt empty. I went from watching movies back to back. The more movies I watched, the more empty I felt. The more I saw people doing their things, the more I felt like I did not have a lot going on for me. I began to pray. I pray a lot. So I began to pray to God to give me clarity. I want to have something to do. I am a fashion girly, so I went to learn fashion designing, like seamstress. I practiced and I was so dedicated to that, but it felt like there was more because the pictures I had of after learning that skill was big. And personally, I did not have the money to fund the skills in my head. I started thinking to me, how do I get this money to fund my skills? And when school was busy, I could not be doing that and doing school at the same time. I had parents that were paying my fees and all of that. So I didn't have to worry about my fees and all. I had to just worry about myself. And aside this, what is me? What am I? Like I then started praying, I started asking God for clarity, clarity, clarity. One day during one of the strikes, one of my friends, Wendell, came to the house and she started telling me about this online course. This explanation she gave me were quite different from what I saw when I got in. But it was the beginning of something for me. When she told me about it, she made it look like it was studying, but you studied and then you get money out of it. I was very much interested because I've always been someone that liked to read, liked to study. Then seeing something that had to do with studying and making money out of it was like a plus plus for me. So I went to my mommy the night after Wendu came. I spoke to her, I told her everything, and surprisingly, she just gave me the money without any hassle. She gave me, it was like 60,000 naira for that course at the time. She gave me the money without a hassle, and I got the course. When I got the course, I was so overwhelmed because everything that I saw there was quite different from what she told me. It felt like I did not feel scammed, but I just felt very confused. I saw somebody on my call list that was actually doing the same thing because they made posts on their story and all of that. So I reached out to him. I asked him if he could mentor me in all of this. And he said, yes, 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 he could. And then he mentored me through it. And during the period, I got clarity on like what the course was all about. It was like the digital marketing course. And it made sense to me what could go. And that was just the beginning of everything. That was just the beginning of everything. I put in a lot of effort to make sure I succeeded because it was looking like I was doing a lot of things wrongly because I put in as I was doing what they asked to do in the course, but whenever I did it, I did not get the same result as people who were constantly sending reviews and results from the course. I started taking that was the beginning, the first course, and I struggled a lot with it. But those struggles, with every struggle came clarity because those courses they kept talking. It kept talking about mindsets, your mindset, your mindset. When I started understanding, when I started understanding the courses, I realized that there was more. There was more to be. I didn't just know it was there. The course was about digital marketing, but then from that course, I gained clarity into a lot of things. And that was as at like 2021, 2022, when I saw the potentials that the course had. And it also led me to like seeing that there's actually something you could do with YouTube. I talk, I know how to, I give the most random, really nice advices, as my friends to say. I give like really brutal, really cool advices and key points to situations. Then I told myself that this is actually something that I would like to do. I had topics, I had niches, I had a lot of things that I wanted to bring out on in YouTube. But at the time, I didn't have a good camera. Actually, my camera was really good enough, but I felt like I needed to have a better one. I really realized that it was me sabotaging myself at the time. I thought it was me wanting to give a standard to what I put together. Then over time, I realized that it was just me sabotaging myself. When I got the better phone, I told myself I didn't have the aesthetics. I told myself a lot of things that kept me down and not putting myself. When I was fully ready, I now told myself I didn't have the knowledge. And I told myself a lot of things that kept me back. Then this 2024, I had 2023 to 2024, I had just finished from uni. It was now time to face life without distraction or without fear of exams or any of that. I was now thinking more like, now I had the skill. I was making money off my development skill, my digital marketing skills, and my social media management skills. I was making money out of it, but I still felt like there was always this urge to want to put myself here on this platform on YouTube. Sabotaging. I started telling myself I was so confused. I was asking myself if I should put facelessly how to tech videos or just come and talk about tech. But then I don't like I sabotaged myself a lot. This is a talk from the previous video. If you haven't watched it, you can go and see like all the things. But what I'm trying to say is that growth is a process. Growth is messy. Growth is confusing. The moment you feel stuck while that's when you know that you're hitting another rock bottom to a different level of growth. When you feel like, oh God, I've been here for a long time, you're moving to the next level. That is how growth is. Because at that time, you're uncomfortable with the space you are, and a new channel opens for you. Growth is not only physical, growth is in the mind. Growth is the discomfort you feel in the situation or in a place that you've been for quite a while. Growth is the confusion you feel when you're handling something or when you're facing life. Growth is those strategies you put together to push something through. Growth is the tears, the crying in the night, the crying to God and like, God, I'm tired. That is the growth. Because the moment growth is realization, growth is accepting that something isn't, that something has to be. I hope I have been able to teach you one or two things from this video, and if you like the video, please do be able to like and subscribe, and we will talk more and better in my next video. My previous video was really not so like I would have, but I feel like instead of jotting down and reading, I would just say how I feel and what it is and relatable things from my life, because I have, in my little age, been through a lot of processes that I wish I documented, but I'm not regretting it because I experienced it so I can talk about it. It's not like I lost my memory. And during these processes, I wish I had somebody who told me clear to clear how it was. Like, it's not going to be easy, or you face these challenges, you will do this. This is not those, but there was always glamour, the whole glow up, nobody was telling the backstory of what it was. Because I cried a lot. I felt like I was not doing well. I was not doing it right. I felt like I was stuck a lot. I felt like I was, even now I still feel sometimes I'm stuck. But I have come to realize that those periods are like the new channel to something bigger. When you feel like you're stuck, it's like, when you're moving in a tunnel, if you don't meet that big obstacle, you will not know that there's another channel to life that can lead you to something else. You'll be stuck in that particular, and you'll be going in like that particular frequency until there's something that blocks you and gives you a new horizon to a different perspective to life. Because I thought like academic success was the only way forward until I experienced that amount of failure that I did, and I realized that there could be more to life for me than just battling with school. I wasn't dumb. I was literally one of the smartest, but the results weren't giving me what I wanted. And that led me to finding out other potentials and other things that I could do with me, and other things that I had in me that I did not realize was there. So yeah, see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.